Speaker, my question is to the Premier. Premier, you offered an outrageous lump sum payment.
Member.
Premier, you offered an outrageous lump sum payment in stocks in the soon-to-be privatized hydro utility to get the Power Workers Union on board with your fire sale. This weekend, I came across a quote from June 2012, and I quote, "We've been pretty clear. We'll keep Ontario Power Generation and Hydro One in the public hands, as they should be." End of quote. Premier, that was your Minister of Agriculture and his thoughts on the sell-off of Hydro One. Premier, will you be open and transparent and tell this House what you offered your minister to get him on board with your fire sale?
Question. Premier.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, this corporation will be one of the fastest growing corporations in Canada, one of the largest ones here in Ontario, based right here in Ontario.
Finish, please.
Mr. Speaker, it will be broadly held. No one person can have more than 10% of this corporation, meaning that there will be more opportunities for retail and public investors to have ownership of the corporation, and we will do so in a very pragmatic and in a diligent manner to maximize the valuations for the entire public. And more importantly, Mr. Speaker, we'll be able to enable greater value of the corporation and reinvest some of the proceeds into another very important public investment to generate even higher value for the entire public. Mr. Speaker, that's in keeping with the public good, and we'll continue to do so.
Well, clearly the Premier doesn't take the Agriculture and Rural Ontario Minister very seriously. I'm not surprised that you've ignored your minister's objections. However, I would think that you would take the concerns of the Dean of the Legislature and your Chair of Cabinet seriously when he expressed the following, and I quote, "I think anyone who looks objectively at Hydro One, the transmission grid in this province, would recognize that it would naturally be something that is best kept in public ownership and public hands." End of quote. Premier, after 38 years in this legislature, I would think there was nothing left you could offer your Chair of Cabinet. Premier, what did it take to get him to contradict himself and throw away his Liberal principles?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please.
Minister of Finance.
We're maintaining ownership of Hydro One. We're maximizing its value for the public good. We're reinvesting further into transmission as well as into other public infrastructure like public transit, which is important to the people of Ontario. More importantly,
Finish, please.
More importantly, this is not about selling an entire corporation. What we're doing is retaining at least 40% of that corporation, and at the start, we're maintaining 85% ownership in order to assess and maximize our value to the public. That's exactly in keeping what we said we should do, and it's in the public good.
The member from Hamilton Mountain is warned. One wrap-up sentence available.
The member opposite, for what he stands for, I'm shocked by his question in the first place. We are retaining ownership, and we're doing so for the people of Ontario.
New question.